Leads this football team with 79 tackles, 3 interceptions on the year, and he's run them all back for touchdowns. 6'3", 235. He's a monster in the middle of that defense.
2-yard gain on the play for Sellers. 2nd down and 8. 2 wide receivers to the left side. Both John and Jeff Clemens out there. Reeder looks it over, turns, straight drop. Now draw play. Sellers tries to bounce it outside. Carney chases him out there, and he is backed up by Marcus Smith, and he will lose a yard on the play.
Sam, the bounce is not going to be there tonight. We've got to keep that football either off tackle or between the tackles because Riverdale pursues so well. Lebanon now in a tough situation, 3rd down and long.
3rd down, almost 10, as the ball placed at the 32, so call it 3rd and 10 for the Blue Devils. They need to make it almost to the 42-yard line. Reeder will go with an I formation behind him. Jeff Clemens is split wide to the right side. He'll turn, give it to Grissom, straight up the middle, breaks a tackle, 40, and dives forward. Does he have it? They say he's to the 44. Tommy, that's enough for a 1st down.
John, excitement on that Lebanon sideline.
Tommy, Blue Devils take advantage of that right up the gut power play, spreading the defense out. The emotions are high here on the sidelines.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. 2 straight 1st downs for them as Grissom rumbles for 12 yards. Ball at the 44-yard line of the Blue Devils as Reeder will come out. Carson, a tight end on the left side, 5-man line for Riverdale. Reeder calling the signals, turns, gives it to Sellers, straight up the middle, puts his head down, up to the 47-yard line. He gets 3. Peebles in there on the tackle, as well as Marcus Smith, the linebackers.
What Riverdale likes to do in this defense is they like to flow to the football. They won't stunt a great amount out of this 53. They feel with the people they've got in the secondary, Fernando Bryant, Gerald Griffin, and Alvin Duke, that they can play you man-to-man.
It will be 2nd down and a long 7. Out of the game goes Grissom. So that will put Griffin into the ball game. He will be the back, the tailback. It will be Jade Sellers, the fullback. So a little different setup here. Reeder looks it over. He'll turn, gives it to Sellers, tries to run him straight up the middle. Not quite as big of a hole this time, as knifing under him will go Todd Harris for the Warriors, and they will lose, Tommy, about half a yard.
Riverdale plays 9 people on both sides of the football. They have people that go both ways. They feel like they're going to keep their best athletes in the game and attack you with those athletes. And the way it's worked out is they play double duty, but they don't wind up playing that much because normally their games are over with by halftime.
3rd down and 7. Reeder will bring an I formation out. He has Grissom back in at fullback. Sellers the tailback. Man in motion is Cherry. Reeder drops, play fake, looks down the sidelines. He's got Cherry batted down by Alvin Duke, incomplete.
Trying to hit Cherry down the near sideline on the wheel route as we ran him in motion. Duke tipping it away at just the last second. Good athletic play by the senior Alvin Duke on that corner. Now Lebanon faced with a punting situation. Tressler will be in to kick it away for Lebanon High School. They send 2 receivers deep, Duke and Fernando Bryant.
And Tommy, one of the first plays I ever saw doing high school football in this area was Alvin Duke 2 years ago going 91 yards against the Blue Devils. So let's hope he doesn't do that again. Tressler lines up to kick it. Grissom makes sure he's ready. Snap to him. Tressler gets it off. A low lining kick. Duke will chase it. Watch it bounce out of bounds. It will go out at the 16-yard line. So the Riverdale Warriors, Tommy, not the greatest of field position to start this ball game on offense.
Terry kicking it out of bounds, a pretty good play for Lebanon.
Not a bad idea by Tressler as he kicks it out at the Riverdale 16, 34 yards on the punt, no return. Riverdale takes over on their own 16.
And Sam, Riverdale looks at their special teams as opportunities to score points. They feel like on special teams they've got an equal chance of going deep as they do running the football or throwing the pass. So I think the kicking game is going to play a big role in the outcome of this contest.
Split backs behind Carney, the quarterback. Griffin will go in motion toward the left side. Bryant, the receiver. He will give it to the first man up. Ball on the ground. Lebanon, yes, Blue Devil ball at the 14. Who got it, Tommy?
Trey Reynolds got on that football, folks. As they hit Marcus Smith on the dive play, we hit him right in the mouth, and the football comes loose. And, John, I'm sure it's bedlam on that Lebanon sideline.
It is, Tommy. This is real big right here for the Blue Devils. We've got to get it in the end zone here. To make Riverdale fumble on their first offensive possession is a big notch in the belt for the Blue Devils.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Lebanon, the 14-yard line of Riverdale. Cherry is a wingback on the right. Jeff Clemens split wide, I formation behind Reeder. He will turn, gives it to Grissom right up the middle, struggles forward to the 12, maybe just inside of it. The bottom of that pile has Chuck Harris, as well as the big tackle, Tommy, for the Riverdale Warriors, Copians.
He's a big kid. He's already signed or committed early to go play at Vanderbilt. Academically solid and a tremendously strong athlete. Big kid up front, 6'4", 275.
It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Blue Devils. The ball just inside of the 12-yard line. Clemens goes to the left side. John Clemens, a wingback out there as well. 6-man line for the Warriors. Reeder turns, gives it to Sellers up the middle, and he goes down quickly as Peebles in to hit him high. Down low comes Greg Smith.
Lebanon having a rough time getting some offensive surge there. Those linebackers knifing through to make the tackle. And the only guy that's really had any success running the football for Lebanon so far tonight is Bo Grissom, Terry.
Bo's run the ball three times tonight, Tommy, for 21 yards. Sellers 6 for 10.
So 3rd down and 7 for the Blue Devils at the 11-yard line. They need to make it down to the 4. 2 wide receivers, Cherry and Clemens on the left. Now Grissom will go in motion that way as well, leaving Sellers the only back. Flag down, they will throw it. It is batted down by Copians. We will have to check and see. And the preliminary indication is a legal motion against the Blue Devils, may be declined.
I was looking at the quarterback as we tried to run Bo away and hit Carson on the quick hot pass. The secondary receiver was Sellers, and there wasn't much separation between the quarterback and Sellers. Coppins got a hand in there and knocked it away, so Riverdale will take the play, and it goes to 4th down.
And the Blue Devils mulling over what they're going to do as the officials now set the ball on 4th down. Timeout will be called by the Blue Devils. They want to think about it. We'll take one as well and be back in just a moment.
You're watching Blue Devil football on Lebanon Cable Vision Channel 3. Let's go, Devils!
Back at Horace Jones Field on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University. 5:44 to play in the first period. No score, Lebanon and Riverdale. Lebanon has taken a timeout as they're looking at a 4th down and 7 from the Warrior 11, and Lebanon has brought the field goal team on to the field for the attempt. In to attempt for the Blue Devils will be Kyle Zachary, the junior transfer from Westmoreland. Zachary, a good, strong leg, has had problems time to time with his accuracy. The snapper for Lebanon will be Atwood. Reeder will hold it.
Ball will be set down to the 18-yard line. 28-yard attempt for the Blue Devils to give them the lead. Ball down, kick is up, and it is good. So at 5:39, the Blue Devils lead 3-0, and we'll be back after this break.
Hello, I'm Laura Pack, a junior varsity football cheerleader at Lebanon High School. We are at Rochelle McCullen Oz with Miss Jody Oz, Mr. Barry Tatum, and Mr. Bob Rochelle. We would like to say thank you for your support and present to you these Blue Devil football souvenirs.
Thank you. The law firm of Rochelle McCullen Oz is proud to be a sponsor again of the Lebanon High School cheerleaders and football program.
Blue and white! Let's go, Devils!
Lebanon takes advantage of the Reynolds fumble recovery as Kyle Zachary kicks a 27-yard field goal. 5:39 left in the first quarter, and Lebanon on top of Murfreesboro Riverdale 3-0.
Alvin Duke goes deep into triple safety for Riverdale. He's flanked on the sides by Gerald Griffin and Fernando Bryant. to kick it off, there are two kickers in the game for Lebanon. We have Zachary and Atwood. Both these kids are standing over the football, and Lebanon has worked all week on two different kickers. These kids in the game at the same time, and we won't know until they break on the football who's going to kick it.
Looks like Zachary is lining up to kick it. Back is Alvin Duke standing at the 5. Atwood's going to take it. Down the near sidelines will be taken by an upback at the 31 out to the 35-yard line. Will go Matt Austin, the junior tight end. So, Tommy, a little bit of trickery on the part of the Blue Devils.
Lebanon not wanting to get the football, give it away to Alvin Duke with a full head of steam. He's got 24 touchdowns this year. He's got more touchdowns than we have as a team. They're not going to let him get the football in his hands that easily.
First and 10 for the Warriors at the 36-yard line. Duke is the back. Split off to the right is Williams. Carney tosses Duke right side. Big hole, 40, 45, and C will take him down at the 49-yard line of Lebanon after a 15-yard pickup, Tommy.
Duke on the season, 654 yards rushing. He averages 8.3 yards a carry, and that's an example of that speed. Lebanon defensively is flip-flopping their big defensive tackle, Ryan Alds. They're letting Alds kind of decide just wherever he wants to line up to let him go line up there. He's playing left and right sometimes, letting Crockett take the other side. If Riverdale wants to run away from him, they're gonna miss it every other time.
First and 10 for the Warriors. Carney looks over the line. He'll turn, gives it to the fullback. Straight up the middle goes Marcus Smith. Down to the 47-yard line, a pickup of about 2. Makes it second down and 8 for the Warriors.
Good crowd on hand tonight from Lebanon as folks still filing into Horace Jones Field, Johnny Red Floyd Stadium on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University. Lebanon fans made it a point to bring their jugs filled with pennies and rocks, and Riverdale has done the same tonight. It sounds like a freight train.
Second down and 8, I formation behind Carney. Now Griffin will go in motion to the left side. Turns, fakes it up the middle. He's going to run the option. Pitches it to Duke. 45-40. Still on his feet. Knocked out of bounds by C at the 26-yard line.
We had two people on him, and the speed of Alvin Duke breaks the play into the open. As we took the quarterback, he makes the pitch. We had people in position to make the play, and just the speed of Duke as he runs through tackles, Terry.
From the 47 all the way down to Lebanon's 26, or just outside the 26. 21 more yards for Duke, 2 carries, 37 yards.
And defensively, Joel Griffin is now in at linebacker for Lebanon, replacing Jason Morris.
First and 10 for the Warriors, 26-yard line of Lebanon. Tight end Peebles on the right side. Carney looks it over. Long snap count. He'll turn, give it to Williams. He's going to run the option again. Keeps it himself. Turns it back up inside. Sellers takes him down. He will get down to the 24, maybe the 23-yard line for a pickup of 2 or 3.
Looked like a bad mesh in the backfield between Smith and Carney. Lebanon closed really well on the quarterback, and the option play didn't go for much.
Pickup of 3 on the play. Second down and 7 for the Warriors. 3:35 remaining here in the first quarter. The Blue Devils on top, 3-0. Fernando Bryant and Gerald Griffin both split wide to the left side. Peebles the tight end on the right. Duke the tailback. Williams is your fullback. Duke now in motion out to the right side. Carney straight drop, wants to throw, gives it to the fullback, is hit at the line, and Carson will put the hit on him, and he goes down for a gain of only 1, Tommy. A good trick play by the Warriors, but